Let's build some Daleks. Some classic Daleks. Told you I'd cover the Daleks again, didn't I? Don't worry, the black and white effect won't be sticking around. Now, as the title suggests, this time round we're tackling the Daleks from the Classic series, specifically the Daleks from the 60s to the early 80s. Now the Classic era had so many colour schemes for the Daleks, from silver and blue, grey and black, black and white, even some that managed to make some loopholes for toy manufacturers. The Classic Dalek designs still hold up to this day. My personal favourite is the Supreme Dalek from Resurrection of the Daleks. And it would be interesting if there was a Doctor Who story that was set during the events of a classic story. That way they can be front and centre and not just existing as set dressing. Now before settling on this design, I originally used the Time War Dalek instructions and switched out the pieces for a more classic looking colour scheme. It wasn't until experimenting with what would become the movie Daleks I wanted to try and give the classic Daleks their own little design. Now, let's get to building. Here are the pieces you'll be needing. Let's start with the skirt section. First, take a 2x2 plate and a 2x2 brick and place them on top of each other. Then, place 4 1x1 snot bricks onto the top like so. Now take a 2x3 plate and place a 1x2 plate onto the middle of it. Then place a black 1x2 plate and add 2 1x1 slope pieces onto the bottom part. Now set this aside for later. For the side panels, take 2 2x3 plates and place a 1x4 bow piece onto the end of the plates. Then add a 1x1 plate to one side and then on the other add not just a 1x1 plate but also a 1x1 brick. Now like the front panel, set this aside for later. Now take a 2x2 plate and along with the skirt panels you made before, apply round tiles onto each of them. Then place them onto the skirt core you made at the beginning. Now onto the midsection. Take a modified 2x2 plate and place a 1x2 plate onto the back. Then add a telescope piece and an antenna onto the front. Now add that to the skirt section. Now onto the dome section. Take a black round 2x2 plate and place a round 2x2 tile with a hole onto it. Then place a studded buoy onto the round tile, then followed by a 2x2 satellite dish onto the top. Then add a transparent stud piece onto the front of the buoy for the eye. Now add the dome piece onto the rest of the Dalek. Ta-da, you now have a classic Dalek. Perfect for taking on the mechanoids or the Movellans. I do like these little guys, and they are great for army building or nice for classic Who fans to display. Now, I'm sure many of you are aware that many people have come up with a similar design for their Daleks, be it their own design or just the Daleks in general. How I got to this design was purely trial and error. You could call it a happy coincidence. There is an extra little thing you can do if you're feeling up for it. If you take the fender from the movie Daleks and add an extra plate to it, you can make a Dalek from the Dalek invasion of Earth. And that's the classic era Daleks sorted. Only one more Dalek design left to cover, the strongly debated Paradigm Daleks. But you'll have to wait until November for them. I think I'm going to leave that there. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to watch the previous Let's Build, the playlist is on screen now. Today's music pick, we have The Daleks Are Here from Doctor Who The Edge of Time. If you've enjoyed and want to see more, then click subscribe. And with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Bye!